Oh, do you like my Bucky scrunchie?
I didn't even notice, but yes, that's lovely.
The subtle details makes it.
Yes, the little details.
It's great.
Of course. Okay. All right, you guys, Drake Riggs here in Nashville before the show for Deadlands, here with one of the current queens of metal, Miss Kasey Karlsen.
Thank
Kasey,
you.
how are you doing? It's great to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Yes, very exciting times. So, first of all, I gotta know what happened with the Instagram?
Oh my
It
god.
seemed like a nightmare.
Oh my god, dude, I wish I could even tell you. But basically a bunch of like influencer, high profile metal scene people were getting hacked because I guess they were taking bots and mass reporting our accounts, and then like Instagram would flag it and suspend us, and then we would try to appeal it and get it back, and then it completely disabled my account, so I was like technically banned for a minute. But thank God I had my buddy Josh Vialta, Nita Strauss's husband.
Okay.
He helped me out a ton. Spine Farm helped me out a ton. So I was like, all right, we're good. It's just
You seemed worried for a second.
I was so nervous. I was like, because you have to think like that's part of like your livelihood.
Business,
That's part of how we promote
Yeah.
Deadlands. That's a huge stake in Deadlands. So I mean, fucking, it's terrifying to think that that's gonna go away. It's like, oh no.
Well, congrats on getting that back, and thank you, Instagram. My goodness.
Yes, thank you. My God, I hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, Kasey, so last time we caught up was in July. I was back home, and since then you have gone to my home. I gotta know, what do you think of Portland? Was that your first time? How was the show there?
Portland was great. I mean, the show was awesome. We didn't really get to walk around just because we weren't in the safest of areas, but
that is Portland.
yeah, that's true. But either way, we played at, I believe it was the Star Theater. Have you been there?
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, it was such a nice theater.
Right across from the Roseland, yes?
I believe so,
Okay.
yeah. Which I have played with Nita.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah. But I don't remember it. I think I have to step inside in order to remember. You know,
they probably blur together all the venues.
Exactly. And it's the same thing. Like, I'm really bad with names too. Like, I have to see your face in order to remember. You know, for most people at least. But it's the same thing with the venue. I can't I can't tell you that I've been there, but I can tell you once I walk in, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I've been here.
Yes, it all comes back.
Exactly.
And yeah, around that time was right before against Spine Farm. Congrats on that.
Thank
and,
you.
Villain, before it came out, you teased it to me, and my God, fucking banger. I love the song. I've listened to it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many times. Spotify will tell us at the end of the year, right?
Oh, hell yeah, the rap.
That will happen. But tell me kind of how it came to be. The music video seemed like one you had a lot of fun with. Great stuff there, but like, what inspired, I guess, this song? And seems like one you're really proud of.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, Villain, the funniest part about it is, like, I really... Not that I didn't have a stake in the writing process, because I did. Like, I did the lyrics, and I did some of the, like, the melody and the patterns. But mostly it was CJ and our producer, Eli Strobeck, also known as Boy What.
Okay.
So they wrote the instrumental. Sorry, hold on. They wrote the instrumental within, like, an hour on an acoustic guitar.
Okay, wow.
And then they brought it to me, like, I don't know, half an hour later, however long it took for them to drive over to my house.
Right.
And they were like, Kasey, write to this. And I was like, okay. So we wrote, I think I wrote the lyrics in like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe.
Okay, all right.
And then we tracked it in like an hour. And then we were like, okay, that's Villain. And we were trying to go for like the Seven Deadly Sins vibes.
Yep.
And do you know what sin Villain is? It's very symbolic. Like, the music video kind of reveals the whole thing. If you're up on your lore.
I might be lacking. I don't want to be wrong. Tell me.
No, you're fine. Okay, so it's pride.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So like, actually, the symbol for pride specifically, there's a lion, but that was so basic. Like, when writing these like the Deadly Sin songs, like I love to be very covert in the sense of like I don't want it to be right in your face.
Mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
I want the listener and the audience to think about it and really like dissect it.
Right. Have some story depth to it,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Trust me, I know about it.
Yeah, you know it. And also, we're trying to build like a whole storyline around it, involving like the characters and everything. So we're seeing how that's going. It's not so much in the sense of like super particular, but I think it's going well so far. But yeah, so Pride, the symbol for Pride is actually a peacock.
Okay.
And so that's why
that
we
makes
had
sense, I guess.
I guess because they're very bold with their feathers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking, I just looked it up on Google
Worked-
and I was like,
worked
oh yeah. I was like, that makes sense. That rips. But so that's why I had like the peacock wings. That's why we have like the peacock on the album cover.
Right. Okay.
And then we wanted the theming to be like tarot cards with the album covers too. So we were like we're just trying to build a whole nother world right now. So we're focused on that.
Very cool. A little Iceland Kills comes to mind.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
understand.
understand.
Yep, I gotcha.
You understand. Like they I'm sorry I keep coughing.
All good.
Marketing wise, like they are absolute geniuses. I love every single thing that they do, from the Nightmare on the Ninth Drops to the short films that they make to the storyline music videos. Like that's where I want Deadlands to be at one point. Like, of course we're really just getting started and building the foundation for something bigger, but one day we will have the perfect production.
Yes.
And that's the goal.
So would you say that was your favorite music video so far? Because obviously there's a lot that goes into making videos.
Oh, absolutely.
That people don't know about.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's elements of it that are definitely up there in my favorites. Like the scene where I'm just screaming at myself. You know, I think that's so fucking cool. Or when I'm actually fighting myself.
Right.
Like Black Wolf did such a great job with that. Like, because I went off of these ideas at him like the day of, and I was like, what if we did this? What if we did that? And like, he was like, I mean, we could try it. I don't know how great it's going to come out, but he fucking managed to do an amazing job. So I was like, you didn't know how it was going to come out? Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, you knew all along.
He absolutely did. But I still do think House of Cards has to be my favorite.
Fair.
I mean,
yep.
I think you know what it was, is that like, for so long I just had a vision for House of Cards, and I was sitting on it forever so I could really perfect the vision.
Marinate
and
a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, from the colorways to the outfits to the scenes, like vividly I saw it in my brain, and I just wanted to translate it, and we fucking did that. With Villain, I didn't really have so much of a vision for it, only because we just did it so fast.
Right.
But I mean, I still had a relative vision of like, you know, I want to fight myself or whatever.
Right.
Like, I knew I wanted that. It was just a matter of everything else that kind of
the
fell,
little concepts
fell into
within
place.
the overall
Yes.
picture.
Yes.
Got to
Exactly.
paint that picture. So, you mentioned the album cover and whatnot, and you know the art behind everything.
Yes.
When can we expect a first Deadlands album?
That I wish I could give you an answer, because I can't.
I didn't expect the definitive one.
Yeah. I can tell you next year. You could probably early next year is probably pretty safe to say. Maybe it's not. It may not be a full length because we're still toying with things. But I mean, as of now, we are very close to completion. So.
Okay.
The next single, though, oh my God, you have no idea what you are in for.
Oh boy.
And it's actually a collab song.
Oh.
And I'm not even gonna say with who, but it's another up and coming female fronted band, and they are fucking incredible. They're so incredible, and more people need to know about them, which is exactly why we wanted to work with them.
U.S. based?
Yes.
Okay. All
yes.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, now I'm excited.
It is probably like one of my favorite Deadlands songs ever.
Oof. Okay.
It's so good.
What would you say is the perfect album length, like song wise? Does it depend on the band, kind of? Because you know, like Tool will do like maybe 6 songs with 20-minute songs or whatever, but like kind of an anomaly, of course. But what would you say, like, for if you could have it perfectly? Is there a kind of?
I would say like maybe 10 songs and then 12 with bonus tracks.
Okay.
I think that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice length.
Nice and digestible. Yeah.
Exactly. Especially if you want like an intro song too.
Right.
You know, there's still room for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I am kind of tired of though?
What's that?
I feel like people are gonna get mad at me for saying
It's
this.
a pet peeve coming up.
But like, there's a time and a place. Maybe I'm just saying this because I feel like it was overused, but like the interlude songs.
Not a fan.
Not a huge
I'm with
fan.
you
I'm
there.
like, I would much rather have a real song.
Yes, 100%.
And as cool as that, but like, save it for the live show.
Yeah. No, because I don't
know?
think they work on their own.
Exactly.
Right? You got to listen.
Exactly. Like, you have to listen to the album in
Yes.
full,
Yeah.
which is great. Like, totally. If
Do
you want
that.
to listen to the album in full, that's amazing. But like, if I just want to pop my playlist
Right.
on shuffle and that song is unfortunately in my playlist, I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
well, now I have to skip.
Right.
Like, what the hell? Like, I know, like, Bring Me did it with Itch for the Cure, and they did it for another song on Next Gen, which I actually,
You're like, well, I gotta walk this one back.
I was just like, it was very ADHD core,
Okay.
which is fine.
Yeah.
It's just not my taste.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they had an interlude song on there, and I was just like,
What's going
I
on
don't really
here?
care for this.
Yeah.
I think it could just be better filled
Yeah,
with,
come on. Put
with a
some-
real song.
An actual song in there for sure. I
Exactly.
totally agree. Unless they're kind of uniquely trippy or something. So I want to
Yeah.
shout out to Red Handed Denial. Had some great ones on their last album.
Oh, Red Hands and Isle.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep,
she's
yep.
here tonight.
I thought I saw Lauren.
She's
That
here.
was her?
She's
Okay.
here. I'm so
I told you
upset.
guys are my favorites, right?
Dude,
right now.
I fucking I can't. I haven't even met her yet. I have to go out there and I have to meet her.
Alright.
I'm just waiting to like get fully ready. You know,
Yes,
I
of
want to do
course.
my hair. I want to
Yep.
get dressed and everything. I also don't want to walk up to her and get her sick
Right.
with all my fucking itis bullshit.
I'm assuming you've can
Texting,
communicate.
yeah,
Okay,
oh
okay.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. We have spoken about doing a collab, and we fucking have to. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of like, my brain is in 50 million directions
Right,
all the time. Like we have been wanting to for sure.
Oh yeah, gotta have that. My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's great news. Yeah, I was like, that looks a lot like Laura.
Yeah, so she's here. She's chilling.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to her actually too. So, is she still working with Hurricane Nita? You said.
Yes.
You
Oh
just
yeah.
said the husband, right?
Yes. So also, we end this tour on November 10th.
Okay.
So November 11th, I fly out to
Get
Mexico
right back to
with them.
business?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So we're in, and February I go back out with them too.
Okay.
I think it's February for March with Apocalyptica.
Ooh, nice.
So
nice.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
very
wait.
Exciting. And Kasey, when we talked last, also, I don't know if this was out yet, but Kristala, you're in a video game. What the hell is this?
Game,
Tell me
dude.
about this.
So this is actually this has been in the making for a while, and I have been in the video game. Like I remember I was recording vocals for it, I think last year,
Okay.
and they were still in development, of course. Like obviously they can't put out a video game with no sound or whatever. But finally it was released over the summer. And yeah, I'm one of the main characters.
That's what it looked like when I
Yeah.
saw you post that.
I voice one of the main cats because it's wizard cats,
Okay,
basically
yeah.
magic cats. It's fucking sick. And like have you ever played like Dark Souls? Or it's like a
I know
Souls
about
like
it.
RPG is what
Okay,
they call
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
But I am also another role in the game now. It's like a banshee
Okay.
type boss.
Screaming involved.
Yeah, screaming involved, like kind of actually like shrilly screams. Nothing like gutturals and shit
Right,
that I
right,
fucking
yeah.
do, but like very different for me, which was really fun to do. But I think the boss's name is Saphael, and who's voicing it with me, do you know Full Metal Jessie?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so she
Okay,
is the other
cool.
counterpart to Saphael, which is fucking
Wow.
awesome.
So how did that happen? Like, did they reach out to you? or-
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, no. How did that happen? No, I think I know exactly how it happened. So one of my really good friends, best friends, Taylor Destroy, she was speaking to them because originally I believe they had David Benitez, they had, who is also playing with us tonight.
Okay.
Renaissance.
Yep.
They had David Benitez, Will Ramos, I think one of the dudes from Signs of the Swarm, and then they had a couple other people, but Taylor was also one of the vocalists in there. And so I was like, oh my god, you're in a fucking video game, that's so awesome. She was like, yeah, do you want to be in it? I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, like I could ask them for you. I mean, I can't promise anything. I was like, I'm not gonna make you ask, but if you want to ask, I'll let you ask. Like I'm fucking down for it. And then so she asked them, and then they reached out to me immediately, and they were like, Kasey, we want you to be in this. What the fuck? Like, of course. And I was like, oh, okay,
yes,
done.
Of course.
And I was so happy because one of the first things that they told me once the game was out, they were like, yeah, like your vocals were so good that it made some of the other ones sound terrible. I was like, what? Yeah. But like in the sense of like quality wise,
right?
So
right.
The sense of the mic, not really the quality of my vocals.
Well, we'll
say
take
that.
It that way. We'll take it that way.
No, because I am no more talented than anybody else on that roster. I promise you.
Are you a big gamer then?
Yeah.
Like games?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'm wearing a Fortnite shirt right now.
I guess I didn't even notice.
Dude, so actually we all of Deadlands, we just went to Epic.
Okay.
We have a friend that works there, and he's been dying to give us a tour and everything. Right. And we went to Epic Games HQ, and it was fucking awesome.
I'm sure.
So sick. Like we get to see all the was it? It was either Metal Gear Solid or Gears of War.
Gears of War. Metal Gear is
there you go.
Kojima or whatever. Yeah.
Sorry, I get so confused between
Gears
the two.
I was top 50 in Gears 3.
Yeah.
A little nerdy.
I love it.
Gears.
Top 50?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you are talented then.
I don't play it anymore.
Why not?
Well, it's an old game, and it's not. They're not the same anymore. Sorry, guys.
That's fair. Understood.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so I mean, they had a bunch of Gears of War stuff. They had a bunch of Fortnite stuff, of course. They had the battle bus.
Oh, there you go.
They had in the actual headquarters there was a slide on a rock wall. So
all right,
you can
having fun.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just such an experience. Like we got to see a lot of behind the scenes shit. It was really cool.
That is awesome.
Really cool.
That is really cool.
Shout out Cam, we love you.
Yes, there we go. All right, Kasey. So we're talking a little bit, games and whatnot, childhood type things and all. And so I don't know how to segue this properly into a more serious question, but just knowing how you've crafted some of your songs and, I know you've been open about it and taken from experiences and whatnot. Would you say, and we talked about your parents last time and how they're supportive and all, but would you say you had a tough childhood in some ways, or like what kind of leads you to these inspirations, I guess?
I wouldn't say I had a tough childhood, but I would say during my preteen to teen years was definitely not the greatest. Just because, when you're that young, I was in a relationship that the person, and it's so crazy. They were a little bit older than me.
Okay.
I guess old enough to understand the things that they were doing were wrong, but basically, like, it was just textbook narcissism in a relationship, especially when I was so fucking young. Like, so it kind of scars you after a while of enduring, like, whether it be mental or physical or psychological warfare, it feels like. One of the things that they used to tell me, he used to say, like, oh, well, I broke you and I built you back up again. And I'm like, dude,
that's fun.
I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but I built myself back up. Thank you very much. And if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have had to do that. So fuck you.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Crush is about. Like, you go through these experiences and you have this person telling you like I fucking made you, like I made you the person that you are today, and it's like, no, motherfucker, no, you absolutely did not. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna capitalize on the shit that you did to me and make it into something beautiful. And that's exactly what Deadlands is, I feel like, you know. But yeah, so I didn't have a bad childhood. I didn't. I definitely struggled with my teen years, and addiction runs in my family, so I have seen it firsthand my whole life. So I guess you could say that would include my childhood, but like, yeah. So it wasn't horrible. Definitely not horrible.
Okay.
I could have had like a fucking. I could have had a way worse childhood. So.
Yes. All right. Well, that's. Yeah, I understand the thought process there and everything, and how it gets there. So taking it's good motivation, right, to lead us to the things we want to do. So,
absolutely, I function out of spite. Like
there you go.
I'm like, you can tell me like, oh, you will never succeed. You're never gonna do this. You'll never fucking, I don't know, play Madison Square Garden, and then literally just because you said that, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, watch me. I fucking dare you.
Spiteful but not petty.
I'm a little petty.
Occasionally.
I'm a little petty. If you deserve it.
Yes.
I am only a bitch if you deserve it, period.
Yeah, I think that's a good philosophy.
Yeah, no, actually, because like, it's also like the breaking point thing, right? Like, we had something go on this tour where we just pushed right past our breaking points, like, and to the point where it's like, it took me 3 weeks to get there.
Okay.
And after said 3 weeks, I was just like, I just exploded, you know? And it takes a fucking minute. Yeah. But like, you know, I'm only human. We're only human. We can only control our emotions so much. And if you do some stupid ass fucking shit for the 19,000th time, like, obviously there's gonna be some consequences. It's so stupid. Like,
makes sense.
I think so. I mean, if I was doing some stupid shit for the 20th time and I was confronted each and every time,
slap me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or if like somebody was just building up against my bad behavior, I don't blame them for flipping shit on me. Like, I understand. It's crazy.
Yeah, so gotta let it out.
Yeah,
Let it out.
Also on stage too.
Yes, that's good for venting for sure.
Yes.
What would be one experience that you would say sticks with you the most throughout this journey so far? Yeah,
man,
if there's one that can be highlighted.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess recently we'll go with just the fact of like, our music has been impacting people so much, and after the shows we always go to the merch table just to talk to everybody as much as we can, you know, because you never know, like, when you're performing and you're a songwriter and you're sharing your music with people, like, it hits fucking home for them. We had one dude in Greensboro, North Carolina. He came up to me and he was like, dude, when you guys played Black Hole, like, I was sobbing my fucking eyes out. Like, I went through a crazy divorce with a narcissist, and you know, Black Hole and Crush were the only things that got me through it. And I was like, first of all, that's what Crush was about. Number one. And number two, like, that's what we do this for, you know? Like, we don't want you to feel alone in times that you do, because that's a shitty ass fucking feeling. We've all felt it. Yeah. You know? And I think just the biggest thing, having everybody come up and say their piece on how we have impacted them and made their lives change for the better is just fucking amazing.
Yeah, surely overwhelming too.
Yeah, right? Definitely. I get so like emotional when they tell me these things, because Crushed and Black Hole I wrote when I was like 15. You know, like during those shitty ass years that I had, like that's the only thing that I could do in order to get my emotions out. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but leads us here in the end. So
exactly,
rolling.
Exactly.
What would you say then is kind of the ultimate goal right now, Kasey, in the music industry? If you're a goal setter.
Man, I am absolutely a goal setter. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to this, like, just the big picture, I kind of just ride the wave, you know? Yeah. Like, I never can predict what's going to be happening next. And I mean, we have certain goals for specific things, you know? Like I guess next year our goal is to get on a support tour.
Okay.
You know, where we have maybe like shooting for the stars, of course, but it's a goal nonetheless. Knocked loose, waged war, make them suffer. Would love to open up for any of them. So Bad Omens,
great.
fucking.
Oh my. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's so many people we would love to open up for, and we just want to be given the chance. So that's probably like the biggest goal. But I guess Deadlands as a whole is just make an impact. Yeah. That's it. You know, like help people feel less alone in their lives, and provide them an escape when they do. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I love that. That's a good thing. I
think.
All right, Kasey. Well, we do have a show to get to here, but before I do let you go, I did say that you are one of the current queens of metal, and I mean that wholeheartedly. But that's been a topic kind of lately on Twitter, and I want to get your thoughts. Like,
it's fucking amazing.
Who would you say is kind of who are some of your female inspirations, I guess, and maybe who would you say is the current queen of metal?
Oh shit, man!
I know that's like an impossible question.
Shit. Okay.
People are saying Poppy. I love Poppy so much. But
I love Poppy.
I don't think she counts. To be fair,
I think she's too new to be considered the queen.
Because if you listen to her original stuff, it's like
not
full on,
metal. Yeah,
straight up pop.
Yes, exactly. I think.
Which is good, by the way. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, of course, of course. Man, I can't just pick one.
I know.
You know. I mean, Tati.
Yep.
Tati, Shyamalan? Is that how you fucking pronounce her name?
Shmayluk, I think.
Shmayluk.
Something.
Shmayluk.
We're on the right track here.
Tati of Ginger.
Yes. She's fantastic.
Courtney's Beer Box is just a fucking obvious one. Like I think, but then you have Elisa Whitecliffe, arch enemy. Yeah. And I've met her. She is so fucking sweet, so down to earth, incredible.
Opposite of how she sings.
No, exactly. I fucking love her, and I've looked up to her for so many years. And to be able to like sing in place of her with Nita's stuff is pretty fucking wild. But
take it in,
man. I think I have to go with Courtney right now.
That's a fair choice.
Just because she has been popping the fuck off, you know, and with the strides that she's made. Not to mention, let's talk about her fucking bringing up Tati and Poppy out loud.
Yeah,
I was so jealous. I was like, why couldn't we have played that day? She may have brought me up, but I guess we'll never.
It should have been me.
It should have been me. But like, I'm so glad that they got brought up.
Yeah.
So often I feel like females, I guess not even so often, but like before that very moment, I feel like women were not focusing on bringing each other up in the scene as much as we should be.
Bit maybe, or
I wouldn't even say divisive, but I would just say like ignorative, if that's the word. Like to the point where it's like, oh yeah, like they exist, but like not with me.
Welcoming,
you know?
kind of.
Yeah,
the camaraderie isn't there? Maybe.
Yeah, like at least it wasn't seen publicly. Right, you know, like of course you never know what's going on behind the scenes or whatever. But like maybe it's just because I don't pay fucking attention. I have no idea. But for me, like I'm always talking about the next queens of metal, you know, like fucking Courtney. I've spoken about so many times. I've covered so many of her songs. Tati, I've spoken about her so many times. Poppy, I've covered so many of her songs. And then we have fucking Dying Oath, who we actually just played with in Greensboro, who are fucking incredible. Another female fronted band. Her name is Mindy Jackson, I believe her last name is. But she was so fucking sweet to speak to, and she was great. So there was another Mag Dillon. Mag Dillon is another one. And then the Pretty Wild.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
Maybe not. I was thinking of the Pretty Reckless right when you said that. I haven't heard of them. No.
Speaking of Pretty Reckless, her too. Taylor Momsen, love her. Yes. But oh my God, that's your homework. Fucking check out the Pretty Wild.
Okay.
Fucking check out the Pretty Wild. Fucking check out the Pretty Wild. They are.
Do you want to know who I'm in love with right now?
Who?
The Warning.
Oh, The Warning.
And the Hurricane canceled their Georgia show. I didn't get to see them.
No.
I wanted to die.
I'm so sorry. You want to know what broke my heart?
What?
Deadlands played at the same time as The Warning at Louder Than Life. I was so upset. I was really upset. And a lot of like my Twitch Twitch viewers, I guess. I don't really know.
I like Twitchers. We could coin that.
Yeah. So on Twitch, I have so many people recommending, because I do reactions on Twitch a lot. So they were recommending me The Warning like over and over and over again, and I was like, oh my god, I have to see them live. Like and the fucking drummer specifically is such a baddie. Like I love her.
Yeah, little Paulina.
Yeah. So I was like so excited to see them, and then we fucking played at the same time. I was like, motherfucker, are you serious? Like I can't support the baddies.
I know.
You're gonna pin the baddies against each other and draw the crowds into two.
That's the division. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Industry, DWP.
Come
Clean
on.
up your act, man. Come on.
Oh my goodness. Well, we got a lot of shouts there, so
yes.
I think we covered most of the cases.
I mean, we need more. We need to uplift, you know? Especially 'cause it's such a male-dominated space, and I'm just so happy that I feel like women are really finally starting to take over. You know, I feel like it's finally going to distribute itself out.
More accepted in kind of a broad sense.
Yes.
And I mean, shit, metal was at the Olympics. Come on.
I know. That was Gojira, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I still have to watch that.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Kasey, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, I have no time to do anything except for work. That's it. There's no downtime.
Even with school being done now?
Yeah.
Is it worse?
No. Okay. Definitely not worse. I will say that. But I like on tour specifically, I'm the merch person kind of. So like we have like I set up merch, and then we also have one of our crew guys, Joe, who will take over for like when doors open, he'll sell the merch until the show, and then I take back over after the show so that Joe can pack the van and everything. Right. So like I'm always busy, like I'm always moving. Like as soon as we get here, it's load in, set up the merch booth, make sure VIP is like all set up too. Then I have to do my makeup, and then we have to do VIP, and then we in VIP we have sound check, and that's when I can like have like maybe like 30 minutes or so to get food.
Okay.
And then I have to finish my makeup because I'm never finished by the time like I have to be. And then I just have to get ready for the show. Like I just have to do hair, clothes, fucking all that other shit.
Good stuff.
And then right after the show I step off the stage and I go to the merch table, sling some merch, and then as soon as we're done with that, we load out and then go back to the hotel and sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it's a lot of just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
There you go. Well, I appreciate you being able to speak to me the times you have, Kasey. Squeezing me into the busy schedule.
Fucking absolutely, dog. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Yeah, glad to be here. Glad and excited to see Deadlands as my birthday present to myself.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But all right, Kasey, let's get on with it. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Cheers.